Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop Amazon, and when you do, go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click the Amazon link on our website. It's the best way to shop and the best way to support this program. Now, on with the show.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
I've heard a rumor that Florida gets hot in the summertime.
What's this?
It's so goddamn hot. I mean, I know it's supposed to be hot. It's hot.
Hey, is it too damn hot?
It's too damn hot. It's hotter than hot down here.
What's hot down there?
Yeah.
Here's the combination. You get heat all the time. Upper 80s is the norm. Mid 90s was the norm yesterday and the day before, and probably today. And the thing about it is, it's not just that, but we too have your pollen in the springtime down here. It comes from palm trees.
Pines, or do you have pines as well?
We have pines, but not a lot down in this part of the world.
Trees,
okay,
and the fact is that the palms, the humidity, the death illness that I got from my son and my wife has slowed your boy down just a little bit. I sound a lot better than I actually
didn't
did
know you
20
were
minutes
sick.
ago.
Yeah, you're
I don't
fooling
think I am.
everybody.
I don't think I am that sick. I really don't think. I thought I was last night as I was sneezing and hacking. I'm full of Dayquil. And I took a little
Get
NyQuil
ready,
last
America.
night. Yeah,
You know, Mike, I brought up the weather for Fort Myers. It's 89 and sticky, just like the guy that lives across the street from you.
Okay, so there's the lie right there. There's the lie that 89 is not accurate. It is not accurate at all.
What is your current temp? Actually, you know what? I think I still have Fort Myers weather in my phone.
It's going to be 90. It's going to be 90 here.
At least you have the
90.
sun.
Yeah,
Yes.
I read
I'll
a story
take the
about the sun.
and 90 all day.
But we talk
All
about
day.
weather often on the show, but we'll talk about it in the body of the show because I think you guys have been affected based on the Rob and Joe show yesterday. I think that you've had how many days total of rain?
I think that of
DC area?
the last 24 days, 22 of them have had rain in the forecast.
Jesus.
22. 22. Mike, so bad that yesterday on the news I heard that the internet is slowing down.
Why?
Yeah, why does rain affect the internet?
Well, the first Comcast guy said,
Why?
well, everybody's at home using bandwidth.
Why? Your internet slows down when it's raining out.
Do
Why?
the wires get wet?
And the reporter said, "Does it mean that is there transformers that are dealing with too much weather?" And he was, no. Everybody's at home watching Netflix.
Oh, you know what it's like? It's like when the Don and Mike show would be on at WJFK, and the guy on the dump button, Travis, would be surfing porn, and it would clog up the internet pipe for the entire station.
You
He'd
realize-
be streaming video the whole day.
This individual surfed so much porn
Oh, my God.
that it actually affected the computer network in the building.
Yes.
And no one was sure what was causing the slowdown until they found Travis Bickle, who no relation to Eric,
No.
who was in a back room streaming so much porn.
Alone.
And by the way, in those days streaming porn was kind of like I remember there may have been a somewhat naughty picture that I was trying to print from the intranet back in the day,
Dot
and
matrix?
it was doing the thing where it's going where it's slowly downloading, and there was nothing I could do
Like
to
a
stop
magic
it.
trick.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do
And-
believe Dan Ryson's saying, well, that could certainly slow down the network.
So more people are home because they're not out and about, and they're actually sucking that bandwidth dry.
Wow.
Because they're not doing anything outside.
Wow. We'll get Patton Special if you're on Netflix.
It's
That's
great.
my recommendation.
It's
to you.
so great.
And later in the show, I don't think I put this in my show prep when I talked with you guys before the show, but be very careful, Mike, about what you recommend. Because I remember I recommended a movie that I got halfway through.
Yes.
Well, then I recommended it like it's the scariest thing in the world. Then I watched the second half and nah.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Yeah, sorry. That's The Witch.
The Witch not
Yes.
so good?
Well,
You just broke a little intern's heart.
Yeah.
I don't think. But your review was probably on par with most people's review I've heard.
Yeah, it was great at the beginning, and then where's the scary? Okay, I'm not giving a spoiler alert. So she turns into a witch. Big deal. Anyway, so
Well, that saved me 88 minutes.
thank you very much. Let's open up the mailbag because it's not about us.
No.
It's about you, everybody. Always about you. Because we care.
All about you.
Yep, that's
It's
right.
All about you.
All about you.
All the time. All these things that I do.
Yep.
It's all about you.
Are you a smoker?
I love the way she says you. You.
Almost a little Amy Winehouse. Who is the artist? I
Once
always ask
again,
you.
that is Cat Wright and the Abominable Soul Band. I think it's a no-hit wonder.
Cat Right. Before we begin, I'd like to ask Rob if we received any postcards this week. What happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week? It didn't get to that level before the show, but it almost did. Didn't it?
Okay, I want
be-
someone to use his brain.
And get a goddamn date. Before we begin, I'd like to ask Rob if we received any postcards. Did we, Rob?
You know, Mike, it's
I
funny.
love it when Rob, by the way, Rob writes that for me. So before we begin, I'd like to ask Rob if we received any postcards this week. Rob,
Yes?
have you any postcards?
Mike, it's funny you should ask, and I'm glad that you did. I didn't expect you to bring this up, but at our post office box, we received a Disney-styled postcard. Do you see it? It's
Oh.
Mickey in front of the castle.
Oh,
Did the lady
wow.
that sent it, hold on, did the lady that sent it, is her name Robin?
No, she is our most frequent postcard submitter, but
Oh,
this
okay.
is actually signed and autographed by Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse.
Because my kid got a postcard from, how long ago did you receive that?
What's the date on it, Oscar? What's the post date?
It's May 3rd. May 9th. I'm sorry, May 9th.
2007. The
Walt was still alive.
because my kid got a Mickey and Minnie postcard from Orlando too.
You know,
And-
that sounds like something Robin would do. She loves to drop us postcards. Bless her
and
heart.
Is it Robin?
Yes, it is.
Well, I asked you that, and then you said no.
Well,
you,
no,
you,
but I
you gave
said-
me a Dennis Murphy answer.
I
You said
never
no.
did. What I said is that it wasn't from Robin. It was from Mickey and Minnie. But then I said it sounds like something Robin would do.
Well, that's what
based on what
because
you said. Yeah.
Robin said something, and it's
Details,
lying on the
Mike.
floor. He keeps it with him all the time. I swear to God, he does. Robin, thank you.
Mickey and Minnie.
Very cool. And you know what? Minnie has the handwriting
You know-
of a drunk.
I know.
I think he left it on the floor. Hold on, let me. I think I know where it is. I swear to God, I want to prove it.
Okay, cool.
When do
We
you-
can even compare the handwriting.
Oh, yeah, we don't want a forgery from some sort of fake rodent.
when does your vision start going?
I think that about 2 years ago is when I started to have to hold things further away.
I think my vision's going.
Hold it further away. See if it helps. Does
Oh.
it? Yeah, you need readers. That's what you need.
Oh,
The worst, the oldest I've ever
Oh,
felt, I think
my
I've said
God.
this before, is having to go and find my glasses before I could refill a blood pressure medication because I couldn't read the bottle.
I don't
Sad,
need
right?
readers yet.
Well, you're holding your arms out pretty far. Hey, what's on your shirt?
Doubt.
Why?
Oh, look at that.
Because that seems like a negative
Like
message.
the movie?
It's a play and it's a movie. And
Oh,
it's a
okay. It's just
play that my daughter was
That's
in.
right.
Got it,
Okay,
got
I'm
it,
with
got
you.
it, got it.
very
I'm feeling today.
same post office
all right.
date. Same post.
Doubting
date?
my existence. There, see, and he,
Same
I mean,
one.
Robin, I'm going to tell you this, and Robin, you're very sweet because Robin, I'm glad. I hope you listen every day. Robin, he treasures this.
Oh, that's so cool.
Truly treasures this. He has had it all over the house. He keeps it with him. He shows it to people. So God bless you for that.
Like he got
That you-
mail?
well, it's just like he loves it. You never
That's
know
cool.
with a soon-to-be 3-year-old what's going through their
Would
minds.
he like a
you know?
postcard from Washington D.C.? Like a
Yeah,
picture
give
of the
him a-
monuments?
Yeah, the Lincoln Memorial. Send him one of those. Sure, he'll hold on to that too.
Also
That'll be
great.
fantastic. That'll be awesome.
The
all right, so
Smithsonian.
moving right along. Hey, who's our favorite truck driver? It's Cameron Chad.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. He turned 36 yesterday. I'm sorry, 38 yesterday. Let me get my light.
Maybe
Blind.
while you were gone, Oscar determined he needs
How's that?
high-strength glasses.
How's that affecting the picture?
It's good. Mike O'Mara is the witch.
There you go.
Mike, when did you know you needed...
Thou ist turning into a wish. Thou ist eating a baby. What?
Do you remember when you realized that you needed readers or glasses?
Late 30s.
Oh, look where I am.
Yeah, right there.
I
Kind of
just-
when the eyes start to
I
go.
was reading that postcard and I said, why am I having difficulty?
First, I've said this before. I said this many moons ago. First thing to go, eyesight. For anybody, that's completely normal. That's the first thing to go, and then it's kind of a steady deal. And some people worse than it. If you haven't had a congenital type of eyesight issue where you needed glasses when you were a kid, most people need glasses as they age, and that's where I remember 30s and 40s being like, what's the deal with that? And the way it manifests itself, you'll be reading something, and the copy gets further and further away.
Yep, it's exactly
That
right. It's
just
so-
happened.
Yeah,
Just
he needs
happened.
longer arms or he can't read.
So Cameron Chad, much like Oscar, will be losing his vision soon, and difficult for him because he's a truck driver. All who surround him are pleased to see him in the final years of his douchebag 30s. And remember, if it got there on a truck. Thanks, Cameron. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you,
You had
Mike.
to write that.
I
Please
did.
tell me that. Yes,
Yeah,
right,
I
yeah.
love the truckers of our country.
Some reason I would have been disappointed if Cameron wrote that. But I'm glad you did. Happy birthday to Amy Michelle Berger.
Nice. Happy birthday.
Happy
Amy.
14th birthday to that's by the way, happy birthday to Amy Michelle Berger from Dirk and Sue and Jeff and Brian and everybody else who cares about her.
Very
That's right.
sweet.
So many messages for
sweet.
her.
Happy 14th birthday to Joshua Vidalis.
Sounds like a hair product, doesn't it?
Vidalis. We haven't found a cure for Vidalis, but there is hope with your donations. Much like one of my many promises to our listening audience that I never fulfilled the wishes. Remember when I was going to write down all the disclaimers? There's a great one floating around that might be the best of all. And I'm telling you now, because I won't do it unless I tell you, I have to write it down and transcribe it.
What is it
because it's
for?
one of. I have no idea. That's the thing that's great about drug companies.
Yes.
they'll do a commercial. You don't know what they're trying to sell.
Mike,
It's fantastic.
I just read an article in the Wall Street Journal that said that pharmaceutical companies are thinking twice now about the amount they advertise because they're getting so much backlash.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, good. That's good. They shouldn't advertise.
No, but I thought it was because Mike was really the first one to bring it up here on the program.
Right.
Right? He said enough
Right.
is enough. But they took a national poll, and people said that the majority of these advertisements don't affect the way they shop for drugs.
Americans have weighed in, Oscar, and they no longer want to see TV ads for drug companies. They want pharmaceutical companies to advertise the way they used to, which means a guy with a suitcase going into a doctor's office, getting him a hooker, and making sure he hands out free samples and gets people addicted.
Actually, it's changed, Mike. Now that hot chicks come in, I think actually the drug rep is the hooker.
Have you ever been in a doctor?
Saves
Rob, you and I
time.
have been in a lot of doctor's offices. Have you ever been in an appointment where
The farm rep walks in.
The pharmaceutical rep
Oh, yeah.
arrives?
Yeah.
Some of them are HOT.
Yeah, and the whole staff of the office starts laying down palm fronds for them to walk on, and they say, hey, you know what would be easy, doctor? Here's a pre-printed prescription pad so you can just give everybody singular. Here, hand it out
Singular,
like Tic
right.
Tacs.
As
Here.
I was graduating, the entire Delta Gamma crew was hired by a pharmaceutical company. The graduating class, 6 girls, all were going to work for this one pharmaceutical company.
That's
Wow.
what it's all about. Doctors like Unpei.
Unpay.
Unpei. Okay, moving right along. Joshua Vidalis, a second-generation TMOS listener's smart boy.
Yes.
Audrey Hanson of Las Vegas turned 12 this week, and in addition to being in the on the honor roll, mastering the oboe and playing soccer, or as Oscar would say, football. She also has a dad who loves her very much. Happy birthday, Audra.
Yeah.
Audra.
Audra. Like Audra Lindley, who played
Oh,
Mrs.
he's-
Roper.
Yes, you and I both referencing well, no, see, I remember the Audra who was on the Big Valley.
Oh, I loved her Big Valley.
Okay, thank you. Today is birthday numero 61. Rob and I just personally stopped the show there for a second.
Yeah.
Today
Mike slammed the brakes, and I put it in park.
Today is birthday numero 61 for good guy Bill Lukens. He's been caring for his wife for the past 4 weeks. She had a total knee replacement and loves mixing up her painkillers so that she switches from babbling nonsense to tears at the drop of a hat. It's fun to play God.
It is.
That's from Bill Lukens. He's one of the funny people. That's great. Guess who's turning 51? More like 50 wonderful. Am I right, ladies? Happy birthday, Joe Robinson. That's Robinson. Oh, Robinson.
Yeah, Robinson.
As opposed to Robinson. Here's to you, Joe Robinson. He's not the snarky podcast host.
That would be Joe Robinson.
Robbins.
Joe Robinson. Yeah, and hey, could you tell those guys got in a little earlier to the show yesterday? Come on, wake up! Anyway, a lot of lifting for your boy yesterday. Happy 27th birthday to Marika Andrews. Could she get a birthday greeting from President Frank Underwood?
You wanna drop a coin, Mike?
You got to put it in the machine. Let's see what happens, all right? Upside down flag, upside down flag, upside down flag.
Hey,
Wow.
good
That's
Nice.
awesome. That's awesome. That's very, very exciting.
Good time.
I wish you a birthday cake that's as thick and moist as a New York cabbie's dictionary. You know, all pink and no stink. With icing as sweet as the exhaled breath of mother's favorite sea turtle. And remember, don't let the ice cream melt in the butler's pantry. Melted ice cream is about as useful as a wax saxophone at a substitute teacher's sex orgy. All blow and no go. Do you follow my meaning, Senator? Frank Underwood, out.
Thank you, Mr. President.
There we go. Just a brief visit from President Underwood. That was
when he
very
comes by.
exciting. Now we get to our letters. Gentlemen, on Saturday morning, we learned of the passing of Danny Kaufman. I did too. I posted a nice little message for Danny's friends and family. He was a big fan of TMOS from the beginning and an active member of the fan page. I first met Danny at a charity-based horror movie convention called Scares That Cares. This is not me saying this. This is the letter.
Yeah.
He was a funny guy with a big heart who died at just 36 years of age. What an incredible year it's been. I swear to God. If anybody would like to honor Danny, please check out the scaresthatcare.org and make a donation in his honor.
That's
This is a
nice.
charity that was started by a retired police officer, which aims to scare away childhood disease and illness. They are 100% volunteer staff, and all contributions go directly to the cause. Danny cared greatly about this organization. As life goes, some of us hadn't seen Danny in a while, so his sudden death was a shock. We miss you, Danny. Can't wait to talk and laugh about the bonus shows with you again. Thanks so much, from Chris Berringer. And what a 36 years old.
young.
God.
Too young. And thank you, Chris,
continues.
for writing it in, because sometimes stuff like that gets lost in the shuffle, and it's very nice to take a moment for a guy who obviously meant a lot, so many. And with the
2016
charity.
continues to be a very odd year, and lots of people have gone too soon. Our next letter, Wanda Farmer writes, May 12th was my 37th wedding anniversary, and I want to let my husband know that I am incredibly blessed to share this journey with him. That's what they all should say, as far as I'm concerned. There were good and bad spots, but those helped us grow as a couple. He's great. I should read this the way I really want to.
Do.
All right. Let's start from the beginning, because
Okay.
I think maybe
You want the stinger again?
Really, sometimes my false enthusiasm should be masks the way I really want to read it. Okay?
Can I have a Mike? Can I have a 3, 2, 1?
3, 2, 1. Wanda Farmer writes, May 12th was my 37th wedding anniversary, and I want to let my husband know that I'm incredibly blessed to share his journey with him. There were good and bad spots, but those helped us grow as a couple. He's great when I'm having a really bad day at work. He'll just say, Wanda, F him. Yeah, brilliant. He's the best of the best, and after all of our years together, he would be the one I'd want with me to go through life all over again. Yeah. Happy anniversary, babe.
They're in love,
So
Mike.
that's great. Wanda, look, Wanda, I'm happy for it. I'm happy. I've had me a week. Okay, I got a little head cold. And normally, Wanda, that's really. I hope you forgive me for this. This is really something horrible.
This anniversary
now,
card smells like Dayquil.
right? You know what? Now let me read it properly.
Okay.
All right. So turn your music off.
Take
All
3.
right, yeah, okay.
All right. Hold on just a second.
This is going to be a dry read, Oscar.
I want to find some proper music.
Oh, you're going to run your own music. I see.
Yeah, I want to do that.
This is for
Okay?
Wanda.
Wanda.
All right, here we go. Yeah, hold on. I turned the wrong button on.
A fish called Wanda.
That's a great movie.
Wanda Farmer writes, May 12th was my 37th wedding anniversary, and I want to let my husband know that I'm incredibly blessed to share this journey with him. There were good and bad spots, but those helped us grow as a couple. He's great when I'm having a really bad day at work. He'll just say, Wanda, fuck him.
Whoa.
He's the best of the best, and after all of our years together, he'd be the one I'd want with me to go through life all over again.
Aww.
Happy anniversary, babe.
High praise.
That was a good one.
Thank you. Dear Mike, Rob, Oscar, and Matt. I love it when they put you in a letter, they call you Matt.
It's Matt.
Makes me laugh.
Matt the
Matt.
Pony Boy.
Matt the Pony. At the end of the month, my husband Mike and I will be moving to Manassas after living in Fair Oaks for 5 years. Lucky!
Do they actually live in the mall?
No,
I
down the street.
Okay.
As longtime listeners of the show, we are rather dismayed to be moving to a city that Mr. O'Mara dubbed the Zit. That one stuck, didn't it?
It really did.
Did that one stick better than anything?
Flypaper, baby.
It meant so much more though because you were living and working there.
That's
So
right.
Yes.
You could own it.
Yeah.
Business owner there.
I was rejected from that city like a bad transplant organ.
Yes.
The viral drugs.
Yeah, like Charlotte Nash's face.
And believe me, I tried to take the anti-rejection drugs for years and years, but I drank enough of those. Anyway, but when your rental office wants $1,500 for a one-bedroom apartment smaller than Oscar's old condo, it's time to leave.
Hear, hear.
Really, someday the revolution's coming, and the people in the Fairfax area are going to have that revolution, which is just... It's insane. I mean, it's there's you get so little for so much there, makes me sick to my tummy.
But Mike, to be fair, they are very close to golfdom.
And
Yes,
me.
very exciting. So as we prepare to settle into our new larger but cheaper apartment, I was hoping you might provide some insight on the benefits of living in a Manassas community besides many choices of drugstores, llantas usadas, and Peruvian chicken outlets. Keep bringing the funny, and thanks for all the laughs. Heather Hansen of the Anime Monday Hansons. Oh, she's they're moving away from you.
I know, it's sad.
You're swinging neighbors, the Hansons.
Did it get awkward?
Well, it'll
All
be a
that body
30-minute
fluid.
drive for the orgies.
Mrs. Hanson, let me give you a little piece of advice as you move to Manassas. To keep the fire burning, I suggest you send pictures to the Mike O'Mara Show.
Yes.
That's it. That's all.
Also, Mike, you really should mention the Manassas Symphony Orchestra and how you get a better seat there if you wear something low cut.
Well, you know what? It's fantastic. Just ask Mr. Jim Villani. He knows all about
He
that.
does. He wears something
know.
cut down to here.
You
Paulie-
get some cleavage in that front row. He's not even able to get on the right page. Yes.
What is he going to do now for his Monday night supper night?
Well, just drive a little bit further.
Oh, you have to go to them.
Well, sometimes
yeah.
they come
Yeah,
to
we
you,
switch
right?
back and forth.
Oh,
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but if it's supper, you driving to them would be more convenient because no, they drive to you because they're going against traffic.
Exactly.
That's right. And then
The way
they
I would
finish
look at
up
it.
and out the door.
Let me just give you a little piece of advice on my time in Manassas. The city mode of transportation is the bicycle.
Yes.
What else? It's an angry little town,
You don't have to worry about a flat.
right?
Because there's llantas usadas everywhere.
Everywhere you go.
You're close to the bedroom communities of Bristow and Gainesville, which are equally angry because people have more things out there, but they drive further to get those things.
What
you
about
see.
the enthusiastic way they embrace the Civil War?
You will find that when they had the whatever anniversary of the Civil War with the reenactors coming into town, and then they
250 it
realized
was.
that booking it on that particular weekend, it was going to be 314 degrees in Manassas, and they got 11 people to come to downtown. There is still one activity that goes unsung in Manassas. They have it every year, and it's the train festival.
Oh, yeah.
It's the wonderful
Choo,
train, and you can
choo.
see 68-year-old men that smell like root beer and cheese standing over toy train sets with their conductor's hats on.
Very nice.
That is Manassas, absolutely. But there's some good bars
The
in
Foster's
there.
is a 10.
The Foster's is
the
a
burger
10.
place.
That's a good
There,
place, yeah.
and that's certainly something you won't find anywhere else. Anyway, moving right along. Good day, TMOS cast and crew. My son Joe Brum, or Joe Brum.
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 They told me brum, 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 brum. He hits, do a show on Dayquil. I recommend it highly. My son Joe Brum hit his turgid teens yesterday.
That is the most disgusting thing
That is so
ever
nasty.
written into the mailbag.
That is so nasty.
Yeah, but he never rolls out of bed.
His turgid teens. God, that's gross. We've listened together since day one of the podcast, including bonus shows. Yeah, my sea wife says I'm a bad father because of that. F her.
Let's get into his point.
Wow. Could you guys make Joe's birthday the best one ever and each provide some advice about being a teenager? Thank you all for keeping the funny coming on a daily basis. Now, pass me the honey. Respectfully, Chris Brum, 6'3", 370.
Big boy.
Wow.
Big boy.
Wow. All right, so any advice for Chris's son Joe's teens?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Treat yourself. Use the other hand.
All right, very good. Oscar?
She'll tell you she can't get pregnant, but she can.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe hopefully the later teens, but they're thinking about it already. My advice would be don't pick the zits. They get red and angry.
Yeah.
And that causes a problem. If the more you touch them, the more you mess with them, the more they're going to linger. You just got to let it run its
Yeah,
course.
don't let him be angry.
Maybe a nice cold compress.
Couldn't hurt.
My advice right there. And moving along. Hello, fellas. My name is Sarah Samoji, and I would like to wish my big sister, Jessica Hartman, a wonderful birthday. I have included a Buffalo nickel for the slot machine to see if Jimmy Cerrito could wish her the happiest of Buffalo birthdays. Hope to see you all and Jimmy at next year's Dingus Day. Thanks, guys. Sarah Samogi, and she's from Buffalo, and this is for her sister, Jessica. Let's see what happens. Parking lot, parking lot, parking lot.
Hey!
All right. Okay, very good.
Hi, James.
Hey, Rob.
How's things going with the expansion?
Not well.
When's the estimated time of completion?
Love you. Wow, that's weird and brief. Mike didn't really want to do that impression.
Dayquil Mike is
Yeah.
fun, Mike.
Dear Mike Rob. Dear Mike Rob, Oscar and Pony.
This is great.
And assorted intern.
We have but one today.
Way to be specific. On May 11th, I celebrated my 52nd birthday and wanted to drop a line to the most entertaining podcast on the internet. Thank you all so much for bringing the funny each and every day. I would like to try my luck on the infamous TMOS slot machine and win a birthday greeting from Betty Davis. Thanks again. Yours truly, Rich Pringle. I'll call this one if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Okay. Betty.
Hey!
Here, ladies and gentlemen, here he comes right now. Dressed as Betty Davis, Mr. Rob Spivak.
Wow. Rich Pringle, look at you. Are you named after the potato chip, dear? Do you come in a tube? Have you ever done the thing where you put two of them together and it makes it look like a duck bill? It's funny, right? It's going to be a great party. Do you live in a tube yourself? Rich Pringle, do you? Because I was going to ask you, if you could get out of that tube, you could come over and hang with him. But you are in that tube.
There you go. All right. Very good. Thank you, Rob. Greetings and salutations. I would love to take this opportunity to thank the Mike O'Mara Show and the entire More Broadcasting Network for inspiring a generation of rookie broadcasters. Tommy radio show enthusiasts. I'm turning 30 tomorrow, and I am wondering if my Plinko-sized coin can fit into your slots of fun, degenerate gambling machine of impressions for Mr. Larry King. I adore the show and always talk it up to friends to make it grow. Your fan, Sean Holmes. Let's see what happens. Dirty sock, empty. Oh, so sorry.
That is a tease.
We did
Massive
Larry
zero.
before. We did Larry
This
before.
machine can't just keep giving and giving
No,
and
no.
giving.
Make
Gotta
Tight.
I'm
Lots of
so-
fun.
I'm so sorry, Sean Holmes. And our last letter says, "Gentlemen, I'll keep this short, as I know that Oscar is oh so tired. He might not be that. He might not be the most tired one. In
Yeah,
the
you know
studio
what?
today.
Really, that would have been a better letter on Tuesday. Today, Mike is a little sleepy.
Tuesday.
After Rob's tale of the Pride of Vienna, the James Madison High School Marching Band knocking a few... Hold on. This is a weird letter. All right. After Rob's tale of the Pride of Vienna, the James Madison High School Marching Band... Dots are not punctuation.
They're pauses.
After Rob's tale of the Pride of Vienna, the James Madison High School Marching Band knocking a few back with the boys from Molly Hatchet, followed by Mike's stellar impromptu rendition of Flirtin' with Disaster, I wanted to take a shot on the old fruit machine.
It's the fruit machine.
Please drop this in the shiny Susan B. Anthony. Please drop in this shiny Susan B. Anthony and see if Mike could talk up Flirtin' with Disaster while breaking the unfortunate news of the Madison High Band being suspended for their wild ways. Keep bringing the funny, and thanks for the therapy. I understand the desire to be funny, too many words here.
Yes.
Too many words here. All right, so
Do you
let's
think
put
that
the-
will alter his chances with the fruit machine?
Unfortunately, not, because we already put too much effort into
right,
doing
let's
this pre.
Pull the handle
pre-show.
then.
Here it is. Prepared bit. Prepared bit. Prepared bit.
All right.
All right, let's see what happens, shall we?
Washington's hit leader.
Hey, everybody, it's Power 105 WABA. Hey, Molly Hatchet to sing for you right now. How about that Vienna band, huh? The marching band, the Marching Adams. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Annandale. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of band talk. But anyway, good luck to them. Sorry they were smoking weed and drinking beer with Molly Hatchet. They are screwed, suspended for the rest of the year, and no chance of getting into a successful Ivy League college. But other than that, have yourself a fantastic summer, kids. And on that note, we can start the show. I got it on one take. Rob, go ahead.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Time for another kooky, crazy call.
Another Kooky Crazy Call is a copyrighted feature.
And this time, we're calling a pet store. And I'm going to disguise my voice and attempt to purchase 10 parakeets. Let's see what happens.
Hello, House of Pets.
Yes, do you sell parakeets, there?
Yes, we do.
Uh-huh, excuse me, how many do you have?
I think we have 7 or 8 at the present time.
Well, I'm going to, need 10.
Well, we have another store in the area, and I'm sure we could get 2 more from them.
I see, in other words, you'd have to go to another store then, huh?
Yes, we would.
Okay, well, let me think about it, and I'll get back to you later.
All right, thank you.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
Coming to you live from the Cappy Pfeiffer Acetaminophen studio in the heart of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We're on the air and online worldwide. The Mike O'Mara Show, a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it. If you're here, you do too. You can call us anytime. Wide Open Wednesday. We're still training you. We appreciate those calls at the beginning.
Yesterday was our best one yet, though.
Way to keep the bar high.
Right.
I want calls every day. We tape the show at 9 o'clock Eastern most days, unless there's something going on. And we like getting your phone calls. Here's the number, 888-920-MORE. That's 888-920-6673. And we love taking your phone calls. And you never know when we're going to get one, so you can call us anytime. Remember that, please. Our show today brought to you by Sleep Number. We all know that sleep is important. Sleep is really, really important. Some of us had a great night's sleep last night and then got awakened at 5 of 5 this morning. That's right, 4:55, because it was your turn, whether you have the death grip or not, to get up with your son. But I digress. Sleep Number is what I'm here to tell you about, because I love my Sleep Number bed. And to be perfectly honest with you, whether it's a NyQuil night or just a regular night, as soon as my head hits the pillow because of my wonderful Sleep Number bed, I turn in immediately. I have never gotten to sleep faster in any bed I have ever owned better than the Sleep Number bed. Right now is the time to get yourself a Sleep Number bed with Sleep IQ technology, because you can save $500 on their Memorial Day special edition bed with Sleep IQ technology, so you have the knowledge to adjust for your best possible sleep. Sleep IQ technology tracks your sleep so you know how to adjust and optimize your slumber. So whether it's adjusting your Sleep Number setting, cutting back on the caffeine, or changing your exercise regimen, you'll always know what's working, because Sleep IQ will tell you. My Sleep Number is an 85. Carla's is a 65. She went back down to it last night. And last night my Sleep IQ score was a 93, and I feel great.
Awesome.
Hurry in now and save $500 on a Memorial Day special edition bed with Sleep IQ. Remember, you'll only find Sleep Number at a Sleep Number store. No better sleep. Find your Sleep Number setting today at any of the 500 Sleep Number stores nationwide. Find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. Don't forget to wink that special way. and tell them that Mike O'Mara sent you. And thank you. Yeah, the baby got it, then my wife got it. Now I got it, but I don't know if I really have it. But I'm medicating like I think I have it, but I really don't think I have it all that bad.
What are your symptoms?
Are you pre-medicating? Is it preventive?
Yesterday, because of the heat and humidity, Oscar, I was walking around outside, and I felt like it was maybe the humidity or the pollen. And then later on in the evening, we had a babysitter. Mrs. O'Mara and I went out to dinner last night, and as we were waiting out, we got there. We had a 5 o'clock reservation because the babysitter has a sick mom, and she wanted to get home early to get up early to deal with it. So we were going to be, I said, well, what do we need for the babysitter? You need to know what time you're coming. I said, well, we can do 8 o'clock. Tell her we'll be done by 8 o'clock.
Sure.
So we made an early
That's
reservation
nice of
to
you.
go out to dinner. We had a date night. And, well, we wouldn't have gone out at all because the babysitter's kind of like part of our family. But she said, no, I want you guys to do that. And, she needs the money. And we were very honest about it. And so we headed out. And by the way, when you're telling a story, that was about 12 sentences that I did not need to include for the purposes of the story. That's the Dayquil
Mike,
right there.
it's exposition. It helps us understand.
As a matter of fact, well, right now, let's do this. Let's pivot, and I will give you the example of how not to be a monologist, a successful storyteller on the radio, okay? It would go something like this, okay? Yesterday, Carl and I decided to go out to dinner. That's the only salient fact that you need, okay? The bad storyteller would say, yesterday we called our babysitter and arranged for her to come very early because originally Carla was going to get into the shower a little earlier and I was going to be coming home because I was out running errands. But Carla got in. When I got home earlier, Carla jumped in the shower and then we were really ready to go at 3. These are not important to the story at all.
You know what? If you want to take the class on being a bad monologist, Carrie teaches it.
Yes.
And Carrie uses a lot of pronouns. Where she would do that same thing, but she would say, but then he and she came over and him and her, because there's absolutely no way to know when she starts in a story. I think it's because she's already started telling the story in her head.
Right.
So she knows where she's at, but I got nothing.
We got to the restaurant early for dinner and decided we would take a walk outside in this little strip mall where the restaurant was, and it hit me like a freight train. I'm talking sneezing.
Allergies.
I'm talking congestion. Well, that's the thing. Down here, I don't think of allergies because it's sun and fun and palm trees, but apparently these little palm trees where the rats hang out, by the way.
What?
Yes, palm rats. I
Palm
never
rats?
talked about it.
No,
I never
I've
talked
never even
about
heard of
palm
such a
rats.
thing.
Yeah, it's great about Dayquil. You digress all over the time because that was on my show prep like 2 weeks ago and I forgot to talk about it. Palm rats.
Can we take a break and reset because we're
Oh my God, we're running late.
Yes, we are.
Let me look at
Imagine
palm
that. We're running late on this show. Imagine that today.
On a Thursday, everybody.
We'll take a break and come back with more fun on the Mike O'Mara Show. Palm rats.
Man, we've really been killing it on the More Network podcast. You were recently on Tony Perkins, man. You were hilarious.
Well, thank you. I think we did a good job on the Mike O'Mara Show itself.
We should probably try to target some of the other shows like Cake and Cookies, maybe Tech 411.
Yeah, how about Americast?
Good one, man. All right.
Anyway.
Americast, is that even still on the network? Anyway, Rob and Joe Show, new episode every week. Please subscribe on iTunes, robandjoeshow.com.
For more information, visit us at morebroadcasting.com.
We buzz chops in our little family.
So great.
It's so inside, but it's just like for, by the way, I'm going on Marcus Serta's show today. I
that'll
believe.
be great. What time is does the tape roll?
Hold on, I never got back to him. He said, Mike,
Hey, have you ever been ignored?
Remember when I rebooked you?
Wednesday at 1:23, he wrote me, Mike, I hope all is well. I wanted to check in quickly about our conversation tomorrow. Would you like to connect via Skype, or should I call your cell? Hate typos. I have a number ending in blah, 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 blah. Thanks again for making the time to talk. All right, so what should I do with Marcus?
I think you should call on time, but
Call in sick?
No. I think you should be there, but I think you should answer very briefly, like yes/no answers. Don't give him anything. Yep.
No, I don't want to be difficult. I just want to get it over with.
Tell him what works on your schedule.
Well, could I do it from the studio?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do it from the studio.
What time is it?
All right. I don't know.
Well, you would have to tell him if you want to do it after the show tomorrow or before the show tomorrow.
No, we're doing it after the show today.
Okay. Oh, so if he calls in here,
Right.
we can connect him through. So you don't have to do anything except stay there. Tell him that. So we have to estimate what
I've
time.
got my hand on the keyboard right now.
Yeah, what time is the show going to be over recording-wise, both programs?
7, 11, noon, 12:30. We could probably
Yes.
we could do it at 12:15.
Tell him 12:15 sharp. Don't be late.
Yeah, don't blow it, Marcus.
12:15. What do I tell him to call?
You tell no. We'll tell him we'll call him.
We'll call him. And
Okay.
tell him you don't want Elise hanging around.
Oh my God.
I mean Celine. I'm sorry. Let's use her fake name.
How dare
All right, very good. I just did that. Took care of business. Hey, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara
Hey!
Show. How's it going? Hey, let's talk money. The truth is, sometimes honest, hardworking people need a little something, little something extra. And you know that the banks can make it very tedious. They don't always make it fast or easy. But I'll tell you who does make it fast and easy: Avant. Finally, we have a company that gets it. Sometimes average folks like you and me just need a little extra money, maybe for a car or a home repair. But if you don't have it, Avant comes to the rescue. Avant will provide access to unsecured personal loans from $1,000 to $35,000 without ever setting foot in a bank branch. Sorry about that. You simply go to AvantOffer.com and check your competitive rate. Checking your rate is risk-free with no effect on your FICO score. Complete your application in minutes, literally minutes, and the funds could be in your account as soon as tomorrow. See how easy and convenient browsing is through AvantOffer.com. Avant will give you a $50 Amazon gift card after you make your first payment on time. For this offer and to check your rate risk-free, go to AvantOffer.com and enter the promo code TMOS. That's AVANT offer.com, promo code TMOS, AvantOffer.com, and TMOS. Loans made by WebBank. Funds are generally deposited by ACH for delivery next business day, approved by 4:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. FICO is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Other restrictions apply. See website for details. So I have done something over the years at the various places that I have lived at, and I am fascinated by, I've said this before, if I go to a cocktail party and there's a doctor, a surgeon, and a cop there, I'm very, very happy. Those are three professions
people to talk
that
to.
I've always been fascinated with. I love talking to airline pilots, I love talking to cops, and I love talking to docs. But there's one other category that I've always been fascinated with, and whenever there is one of these gentlemen that happens to come to my domicile, I bend his ear, and that is an exterminator. I
they always have stories.
Pest control.
Exterminator stories are fascinating. I remember the first time I did this, I think I had been kicked out of my home and was renting an apartment in Eastport. My first foray into singledom after being married too young.
Where is
And
Eastport?
Eastport is where Michael Hughes lives, down around the Annapolis area.
Oh, okay. It's a
And
nice suburb.
I know, this is
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
He's plugged in down there.
Lots of neighbors.
He's truly plugged in down there.
Oh, I know.
I look at his Facebook page, and he's always
like he's the mayor.
Oh, always into stuff. Glug, glug, glug. But anyway, so it truly, well, I know Eastport, okay? I live there.
More like East Poor.
P-O-U-R. I get it.
Thank you, Oscar,
I
for
get it.
underlining
East
it.
Poor is funny. East Poor.
Yeah, one more, sure.
Yes. He actually now is living in a little town called Beer, Maryland. So the thing, I'm living in this place, and an exterminator, and I got this smell right after I moved in, this smell of death, dead animal in wall or something like that.
Yeah.
He comes over, he discovers there is a mouse that was chewing the wire inside the mechanism of the stove and died, and that death smell, and I smelled it all over the kitchen. And this guy comes in and bing, bang, boom, bam, he finds the problem and he solves it. And before he left, I said, I always ask this question of exterminators, but I really hadn't. He was the first. I said, what is the nastiest, horrible thing? He said he'd been doing it for 14 years. What's the scariest, nastiest thing you ever saw? He said he was working in Tampa, Florida.
Tamper.
Told this story on the air before. And he gets a call from a Chinese restaurant.
Oh.
That they have an insect problem. And he goes down and he flicks the switch they have a basement where they keep storage stuff, and he flicks the switch to go down, and you get that where the light bulb pops off.
Sure.
And so he has to get a light bulb. He said, I don't have any light. He brings his flashlight down, and as he has his flashlight, he looks and he sees what appears to be movement on the far wall.
Oh.
He changes the bulb, turns the light on, and as the room illuminates, he notices that the entire wall is moving because it is covered with palmetto bugs, which are the larger version of the cockroach.
Massive cockroaches.
And it was that was pretty
That shocks
nasty.
me because I know that Chinese restaurants are known for cleanliness, and I can only imagine how clean the basement of a Chinese restaurant is.
Nasty. Let me tell you what is nasty down here, and this is something I knew nothing about. What do you think of when you think of Florida? You think of sunshine, you think of
Crooked
blue
government.
water, crooked
Alligators.
government, but you don't. But primarily, what is the
Palm trees.
The palm tree is
The sun.
Citrus.
It is the it is the tree of Florida. You
It
think,
is.
and Fort Myers, where I live, is known as the city of palms.
And
The
it's
way he ex-
one of the
Wait,
coolest
yes.
things is you actually have them in your neighborhood. And when we visited you, it was neat that in the dead of winter there would be palm trees growing. I mean, it was like it was almost shocking because it is so out of place and so signature to your area.
Palm Beach.
Exactly.
Right?
Very clever boys. So anyway, as the exterminator explained, well, that was there. Talk about the monologue. There was a break of the rule right there. Yeah, it's warm. Palm trees grow here during the winter. Duh. But anyway,
We have
so,
some stupid listeners. I was catering to them.
Thanks. Well, you did that. Anyway, so he explains to me that the habitat with the development down here, and to be perfectly honest with you, the palm tree, while there are certain types of palm that are indigenous to the area down here, the royal palm, which is the long one that you see in postcards, the one that's all you see it in a lot of like homes and fancy place.
Yes,
that is not. In most cases, those are planted. Those are not indigenous.
Okay.
The indigenous palms are lower to the ground, and you see them. They're very. It looks almost like the Jurassic Age, where you see a lot of this vegetation.
They're squatty.
The palm tree is the long flowing palm with the fronds that come out. And what he said to me, he said, "You got to be aware of the palm rats." And he stopped me in my tracks. I said, "What do you mean palm rats?" In these palm trees, you go up and you have nothing on the tree itself. There are no branches. There are nothing. When you get to the top, you have the fronds that go out, and then there's this little, furry area underneath the tree
I
where
thought that's where the coconuts were.
Where all that's where the coconuts grow. Apparently, because habitat with all this development down here has been removed from the South Florida area, these rats now reside up in the top of the palm trees. And not only do they reside up in the top, but they are known to scamper out of the palm tree onto the roofs of these homes and get into attics, get into basements, get into whatever food source they can find. The worst part of this, I was told, is they were taking down some of these palms that had died in a neighborhood. And when they brought down one of these palms, like 7 of these rats scampered out because they live in the trees and they are called palm rats. Thank you very much.
You know what? That to me is not as surprising as it might be because, rats are very close to squirrels. Someone once told me a squirrel is just a rat with good PR. So a rat can
but a
climb.
rat's so dirty and
but
nasty,
a squirrel is nasty
Who
too.
told you that, Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry did. Yeah.
Jerry.
Jerry Lewis called me. He said, guess what a rat is?
So he says this to me. I go outside and I look at my single palm that I have in the front yard here, which very nicely, almost like it's an escalator, leans over my roof. And
it's a conveyance for vermin.
But he explained to me that I'm rat free.
How do you get them out?
I don't know.
How do you kill them? Because if they're scurrying all the way up there, do you need a specialist to come out and get up to the top of the palm?
He said people in the neighborhood have had issues in the past with these creatures.
Damn.
And I would now the thing about it, I would hear them too. I would, because this house is small enough where I would hear the palm rats.
Because
so that's it.
If you were a rube and you didn't know any better, and I hadn't before this program, I would have said, "Oh, there's probably bats up there."
Oh, bats would be just as bad though. Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen evidence of them, but I'm not a fan of them. Are they nasty?
They're not Subway like Bronx or
are they carrying
Manhattan
pizza
type of like sewer rats. They almost look like a classier cousin of the sewer rat.
Well, that's high
They look
praise.
like they've been tanning. They're in pretty good shape from all the up and down.
Yeah,
of that tree.
they're kind of like they have country cockroaches down here too. All the vermin down
What are
here are kind
country
of country
cockroaches?
folk.
He does
they're
mornings.
cockroaches. The country cockroaches are, are you get those here too. It's not like the city roach.
What's the difference?
They are outside. They live outside primarily, and sometimes one will get into your house. Over the last few years, I've probably had 3 or 4, maybe 5, and I would see them when I would be away for a while, and they'd always be dead. Never seen a live one until like a week ago, and that's why we got the exterminator out.
The live country cockroaches, Mike, are easy to spot because they speak with an accent.
Howdy! But I don't like palm rats. The rats I like are from Boomtown. I'll take a break and come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Out on the streets, that's where we meet. You make the night. I always cross.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. Mrs. O'Mara's jealous of me because you know what happened today?
What?
Mrs. O'Mara couldn't find her phone. And I had the tracker device, and I can always find my phone when I misplace it. The tracker device is something that is changing a lot of people's lives because you don't lose stuff anymore. Losing things now a thing of the past with Tracker. Tracker is a coin-sized device that locates misplaced keys, wallets, bags, computers, anything, and it does it in seconds. Just pair Tracker to your smartphone, attach it to anything, and you can find its precise location with the tap of a button. Or a button.
Button.
It's that easy. If you lose your phone, like Carla did today, all you do is press a button on your Tracker and your phone will ring even when it's on silent. With over 1.5 million devices, Tracker has the largest crowd GPS network in the world, so your lost item will show up on a map even if it's miles away. Never lose anything again thanks to Tracker. TMOS listeners will get a special, listen to this, 30% discount off their entire order. Just go to thetracker.com and enter the promo code TMOS. That's THE, tracker.com. The hardest thing you'll ever have to find is their website. Go to thetracker.com right now and use the code TMOS for 30% off. That's thetracker.com and TMOS. Yes, so speaking of palm rats, Billy Bush is joining the Today Show.
Now, he's not in your attic, is he?
Yeah, he's coming from California. I think they're shipping old Natalie Morales out to Access Hollywood. That's what I heard.
You know, that's a pretty good trade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, this didn't get a lot of play on the Today Show. So,
I saw Access Hollywood yesterday, and he was in New York.
Ah, that makes sense.
Signing the deal.
Hey, you know, ever since I got here, it hasn't rained.
You do a great Billy Bush.
Mike invented it. And you know what? There is a great...
How you doing, guys?
One of the greatest
really
moments
looking
ever.
forward to
That's an
this,
impression, Mike. I don't know if you even remember this. You invented that on the air, and it happened inside of like 6 minutes.
I would hear it on the show, on the Don and Mike
when
show.
we were waiting for him to call, because remember, we were never a priority for Mr. Billy Bush.
Exactly.
And he'd call up, and the one
Hey,
thing
guys.
you
How you
kept
doing?
saying the name was Regis Philbin.
Hey, everybody. I'm Billy Bush. I'm here on the red carpet talking to Robert De Niro and J-Lo. Billy Bush, life made of gold. Hey, guys. How you doing? Today's show, news anchor and co-host will leave New York and head to Los Angeles to host Access Hollywood and Access Hollywood Live.
So that's Natalie that's leaving, and then Billy's moving to this coast. Wow.
And Billy is coming in to join the 9 o'clock hour of the Today Show. What does that mean for, isn't that Hotba?
No, they're
Cosby?
they're the 10 o'clock hour. This is going to probably...
Willie Geist?
This will impinge on Willie, yeah. But Willie, they're grooming because they're giving him the Sunday Today Show.
The move comes
Or
days...
they've given him the Sunday Today Show.
Okay, the move for Natalie comes days after that other Chronic Today Show report that Billy Bush was leaving Access Hollywood to join the morning infotainment franchise. Flared up again like a bad rash. The Bush move is expected to be jammed somewhere into NBC's cross-network presentation on the first day of Upfront Week, May 16th. So this is happening right away,
Right.
like
You know
next
what?
week.
Do you think it kills Matt Lauer, who tried for his entire life to get to the goal of being the anchor on the Today Show,
Yes.
following those huge footsteps that preceded him, and they're calling it now infotainment? It's got to make him angry because that
I'm running
used to
with,
be the news department. I mean, it was news.
This summer, Natalie Morales will move to L.A. to become today's West Coast anchor. Okay, so today's West Coast anchor, and a host of Access Hollywood and Access Hollywood Live.
I bet she's
She'll also
doing more
continue-
work for the same money. I bet you that's what that's all
She'll
about.
also continue to play a prominent role on Dateline. Natalie's already been spending a lot of time in California reporting live from events like the Oscars. She's so bad at it.
Oh, she's horrible.
She really is.
Do you remember
It's
how
weird.
bad she was when we watched the Tightrope Walker at your house?
Oh my God! And she's so
a lot of
phony.
padding.
Yeah.
But she'll do anything for
Yes, she
the.
will.
She's a complete show.
That's what
so-
they say around the newsroom, Mike.
What,
By the way, isn't that what it all is, though? With radio and television now, I mean, that's what it is. If
Do what
you
you're
are,
told.
if you are completely a robot, if you do whatever you are told, you're going to do well. It probably would have helped my career, to be honest with you, but it didn't.
I think you did pretty well for a number of years.
For a
right?
number of years,
Yeah.
but we were the polar
Better than
opposites.
most. Better than
Yeah,
most.
you know that I think the only thing I would have gotten, I'm not sure I would have wanted it. I mean this from the bottom
What's
of my
that?
heart. The longevity of I would not want to be in that situation where I couldn't speak my mind and I'd have to come in and be like, with all supreme respect to my friend Lou Katz, Lori and Lou. That's
Yeah.
just not what I could see myself doing because it's just
And
so.
it's Chili and Lou now.
I'm
isn't
writing
it?
a paper on the
Chili and Lou, yeah.
the
Yeah.
TMOS culture, our culture here, as far as the company's concerned.
Are you writing it on an index card?
No. But a lot of the culture is driven from radio.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that radio culture that we have, the negative aspects, we have expunged them. We've actually extricated them from our culture where we don't run around gossiping. We don't have to do that. We don't have to run around kissing everybody's ass to see what the next level's going to be.
Well, there's still areas of, when you're running your own business, there are areas that are that can be difficult. But it no longer do you have that feeling that you never know that somebody with a suit in a different room is doing something that's literally going to directly impact what your content is and what you're going to
Yep.
do. That doesn't happen. If we want to do something, we do it. We have a talk about it. We move on. If we can't do it, if it's problematic, we don't do it. We move on.
And what's great
It's
is that
great
we're all,
about
I
that.
mean, we are all part of all departments.
but I
so we
get-
can't work.
I still get paranoid, as I proved before the show.
Yeah,
to
but
both of you guys.
that's natural. I'm talking about what happened before the show is nothing compared to what happens in a real media.
No. What happens? What happened before the show and that's it. I mean,
Yeah, that's
when
nothing.
it comes to my moments. And by the way, my moments of paranoia are not kept to myself. I always say, "Hey, what about this? What about this? What
Right.
about this?" And then we punch it through. What we used to experience in radio, and which they still do, is like many corporations. We're not alone in radio or television. It is a complete atmosphere. If you are not the mega star, it's usually, and even if you're the megastar, that happens eventually. It's an atmosphere of fear. It's an atmosphere of not knowing. It's an atmosphere.
Was it always like that? Because that was starting.
That's all
to
I knew.
really soak
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
when
radio
I
was
was
That's
always
the only
like that.
business I knew.
Okay.
Radio is always like that. I mean,
Okay.
because here's the model in radio. This is the way it normally works in radio. No matter what, in most cases, you are going to bring in cheaper and more efficient talent. That usually coincides with somebody who's younger. That's every corporation as
Okay.
well, to a certain. We do not live in a corporate culture in America where longevity is necessarily valued. Like everything in our pop culture, which radio is tied into,
Sure.
there is always the youth movement. That is the way it goes. Unless you are David Letterman or someone like that, you're usually going to run into a brick wall at a certain point. And this happens throughout many, many corporations. But the thing about it is it's tough. And Oscar's right when you both talk about the suits and the corporate culture, it really is difficult. It's why you get guys that are talented that completely get out of the business of show and go work on a farm making organic, harvesting our organic potatoes somewhere. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. And then you get guys, we have them down here in Florida, you have them out there in Iowa, our good friend Steve Bridges, that dance to their own drummer.
Right.
And they're not going to make a national name for themselves, and they're not going to get rich, but they are content to do what
They're
they do.
doing what they love.
Passion projects. Yeah.
And I was saying this to my wife as we were driving along yesterday. What I wish, I heard a DJ get on one of the many adult contemporary rock stations, and that's what I call them now because it all blends together.
Sure.
And he read a liner about a giveaway with the enthusiasm of a guy that's got a cattle prod up his butt. And I said, that's it. Carla said, why do you talk to the radio? When I'll get that sometimes, I say, way to make the effort.
Yeah.
Because it's just, there is the land of nothingness, and you get that also with television now. It's where everything is going. And you know what I wish for? I would wish for my kid that someday you would get individual radio stations that would foster talent, and you never knew what. What would it be like if you got
it? I believe that will happen again. It has to. It has to move the meter, because it's the only thing I think radio can do to move the meter.
Well, I think it's going to happen at the podcast level. I don't think I think radio eventually is just going to give up.
Well, I
think radio's done. I think that is a business. It's done. It's over. And everybody look, and that's not me saying that. That's basic numbers. When you're talking about companies that are going bankrupt, you will see probably startups when the fire sales start happening for individual radio stations. And you know what? If that presents an opportunity for a show like this, I am completely open to the idea. But I will also tell you that it's going to be, it's going to be a bloodbath. All you have to do is read the radio trades and know that it's coming. And, you look at stock prices that are in the cents and all that. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Cumulus, like 46 cents a share now. I mean, just amazing.
I heart bankruptcy.
Right? Exactly so. But we work for management level, I'd like to say good luck.
Yes.
Anyway,
best wishes.
Take care. Hope you land softly. We did. Anyway, we'll take a break and come back with more fun and more thrills. News you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show as we try to sprint to the finish line. We are and rambling. We'll be right back, everybody. Rob, no promo here, okay? Thank you
got
guys. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Vistaprint. Vistaprint is the best, no matter what you need for the home or office. Postcards, flyers, banners, apparel, invitations, you name it. Vistaprint does it right. And Rob Spiewak's holding up more of your Vistaprint cards, which you got for $9.99, 500 business cards when you entered the promo code TMOS at checkout. Who do you have for us today, Rob Spiewak?
I love that when this guy wrote to us, he signed yours in Christ and he meant it. He is an administrator at Effort Church in Palmyra, Virginia. Jason Bird did this very classy-looking card for his church. Now, this one, though, is a knockout because she used her own pictures. Her name is Daphne Murphy, and she crochets to order. She makes custom Afghans, hats, stuff like that. But look, she could use her own artwork right on the Vistaprint card, and then on the back, there's all her information. It is so customizable. Beautiful stuff.
Just remember to use code TMOS at Vistaprint.com. You will get 500 business cards for $9.99. That is a 50% savings. Just visit Vistaprint.com, create your custom card, and use promo code TMOS at checkout. Remember, TMOS, go to Vistaprint.com and order yours today. You will not regret it. You will not regret it.
Never.
You will not regret. What the hell's wrong? What the hell did I do?
You will not regret it.
You won't regret it. You'll be glad you did it.
You won't regret it.
I hit the wrong.
Mike won't regret it.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
You will not regret it.
Keep going, Oscar.
You will not regret it.
All right, don't keep saying it. Now
you will not regret it. You will not regret it.
Do it as Pony.
You will not regret it.
That was good.
I crave action.
Rob Ford.
You will not regret it. Anybody else?
Oh, yeah. How about the new intern, Matt Dodson?
You will not regret it. I want to have sex with Mr. Rowe.
Oh, no.
One more time, and then we're done. I think I figured it out.
Right. You will not regret it.
Thank you, Oscar.
News. All right.
Dayquil. Robert Shapiro, former defense attorney for O.J. Simpson, finally revealed what his client whispered to him after a jury found him not guilty.
Oh, really?
What he said was these words: "They're wrong."
What?
Nah, I'm making that up. I'm sorry.
Because I always thought it was, I always loved you.
I've been out of the loop.
Shapiro sat down with Fox's Megyn Kelly, who's every day.
She's having a big week.
He did that on Tuesday, discussed the double murder trial. Here's the quote: "You had told me this would be the result from the beginning," Shapiro recalled Simpson telling him, "You were right." So that's it.
Hey, and then everybody yawned. Shut up,
really.
Shapiro.
Like, what did you expect?
Why did you sit on that for 20 years, you ass?
Yeah, anyway. And then he goes on to talk about the prosecution wedded themselves to one knife, one killer. Shapiro said there is strong possibility that there might be there was more than one person involved. Yeah, crap.
And then Shapiro said, "You will not regret it."
You will not regret it. Thank you for the interview, Megyn Kelly. Robert Shapiro and Donald Trump in the same week. Megyn Kelly.
Yeah.
Keep bringing the quality. Thank you very much. Anyway, Steven Spielberg revealed his favorite Marvel movie. This is for you, Oscar.
Marvel.
Nice.
During an interview at the Cannes Film Festival, here's what he said. I love the Superman of Richard Donner, Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, and the first Iron Man, but the superhero film that impressed me most is one that does not take itself too seriously, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
that
the one
makes
he
sense.
likes.
Has
Yeah.
great
Is that
taste.
the tree? Is that the one with
Yes,
the tree?
that-
Yeah.
Yeah.
As they call it, Mike, tree movie.
Tree movie, right? All right. Yeah, so that's his favorite. He likes that.
He's
for-
got
he
absolute
does.
great
He
taste.
knows his stuff. How long does the typical guy last in bed? Have you ever wondered that, ladies? Have you ever wondered about that?
I've always said a minute.
Says here 5.5 to 6 minutes.
And you won't regret it.
They have a study. They actually have a study in which heterosexual couples use stopwatches to record how long it took men to reach following and how it stacks up with women's ideal sexual duration. Here's what the research says. In a 2004 study published in the Journal of Sex Research,
Yes.
Pony, how long did you work for them before you came to work for the
And were you an administrator or just a subject?
I was an administrator.
Okay. Very good.
152 couples were surveyed about how long they usually spend on both foreplay and sex, as well as the amount of time they think would be ideal to spend on each activity.
Hi, this is the internet, Steve Mermelstein.
Participants range in age from their early 20s to their mid-70s, and most were college-educated and married with children. Women estimated that on average, intercourse typically lasts about 7 minutes. This is a little higher than what the stopwatch studies found, but keep in mind these women were asked for estimates, not precisely their measurements. I mean, in the time.
I
not
understand.
measurements.
Yeah.
By contrast, women said that ideally they'd like sex to last 14 minutes.
Does that
14.
include the begging? Because of the jokes.
Okay, Washington Redskins news. This is kind of interesting, and it's a little verbose, but let me try to get you the high points. In a feature to be published to the Undefeated. I'm not sure that I know that website.
Dominique is working for the Undefeated. ESPN.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That was published to the Undefeated on Wednesday morning.
Just
Former
launched
Washington
Tuesday.
Post reporter Reed broke down Robert Griffin III's last few years in D.C., highlighting how the relationship between the team and its star player deteriorated. This is from the Undefeated from February 5th, 2013. This is what happened. Griffin called for a meeting. He declined to tell Mike Shanahan what he wanted to discuss. He just saying it was important to meet with the coach. He met with Mike and Kyle Shanahan and quarterbacks coach Matt LaFleur. They gathered in the offensive meeting room at the team headquarters in Ashburn. With the coaches seated, Griffin walked to a blackboard and wrote things like this. Change things. Change our protections. Unacceptable. Bottom line. Griffin instructed the coaches to let him speak uninterrupted and rolled through a list of grievances, saying that substantive changes had to occur immediately, scrap the pass protection scheme, start over. Griffin demanded. There were 19 plays, primarily those from the playbook and quarterback draws, the running plays basically, that he found unacceptable. Bottom line, Griffin said he was a drop-back quarterback, not a running quarterback. The article goes on from there to highlight how Shanahan's reputation was influenced by Washington team owner Dan Snyder.
Oh, man.
Pointing out that Griffin used phrases in the meeting that were phrases Dan used.
Sure.
So anyway, it's interesting that he let him know. Remember when he's getting the crap? Remember his little bird legs and he's getting blown out knees every single season? He bitched about it, and and I guess Snyder told him to bitch. Just a totally dysfunctional organization.
And I wonder
That's
if
what
that
tells me.
is before the instance when he got knocked out and they put him back in against doctor's advice.
Yeah, I think it's more. I think probably more based on his knee injuries because that he was just getting killed with that. So interesting story.
Smart QB though.
Who knows how much of that dysfunction still exists in the Redskins? It seems like they've made strides. We'll
Mike,
see.
it's all gone. I found out. It's
Gentlemen,
perfect now.
I hold in my hand
Yes.
the 10 drunkest and 10 most sober cities in the United States.
All right. Let's do it.
I got a lot of Midwestern people down here, man, and this back, but
sure.
Appleton, Wisconsin, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wisconsin,
all close
Madison,
to each
Wisconsin.
other.
This is the top 10.
Wow, and that's not one entry. That's those are four different entries.
Appleton, Oshkosh, Green Bay, Madison.
That's like one school district.
Fargo, North Dakota, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Wow.
Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Whoa.
Ames, Iowa. Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And Mankato, Minnesota. So
Mankato.
Where the Mankato. Okay, sorry about that. Mankato. The Mankato. Fabulous play.
Gilbert and Sullivan, Wisconsin.
The most sober cities: Provo, Utah; St. George, Utah; Beckley, West Virginia;
Wow.
Logan, Utah. Those I think religiously dry.
Could be.
Been there.
Logan, Utah; Ogden, Utah; Parkersburg, West Virginia; Morristown, Tennessee; Jackson, Tennessee; Johnson City, Tennessee; and Charleston, West Virginia. So I think that's Bible Belt.
Yeah.
That's
Or meth land.
but
the
if you want to get loaded, go to Wisconsin.
The
That's
weird
my
thing
advice
about
to
the
you.
survey, they tried to survey Leesburg, but no one was sober enough to answer.
Yeah, Leesburg, a bedroom community. And now a little something, something. An 18-year-old kid named Nicholas Fust from Vanderbilt, Michigan, went to a Hooters last week and pretended he was an undercover cop. Then he asked for a list of all the employees, specifically some detailed info about the female employees.
Sure.
Unfortunately for him, that's when the staff got suspicious and called the real cops. And when they got there, Nicholas admitted he'd posed as a fake cop to get the Hooters girls' info so he could try to become friends with them on Facebook.
Poor
Let me
boy.
play a little song for him. There you go. Now
Hooters.
he's looking at up to 4 years in prison for felony count of impersonating a police officer. And if that sentence sounds too harsh for a young kid, it might not be, because he's already on probation for arson. There you go, Nicholas. By the way, Nicholas Fust also goes by the alias Mike McIntyre.
Oh, no.
Never knew about the arson. I knew he lied about going to class. And,
Sure.
Very scary. We'll
Straight
take a break,
A's.
come back with the straight A's, all two, right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. We'll be right back.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tony.
Gary Stein with a beef.
And this week, now what does that mean?
You'll find out. We're going to play idioms.
Oh, a brand new game.
Yeah, you're going to lose.
Well, guess what? Comedian Will Durst is here. He's going to play along.
Oh, well, then I already know he's going to win.
It's a laugh riot. Check it out, TonyPerkinsShow.com. Subscribe on iTunes and download the Tony Perkins Show app.
And buy a T-shirt.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Harry's. I love Harry's.
The best.
I love Harry's. I love Harry's. I love Harry's. My favorite way to shave.
That is a jingle.
Send it to them.
That
We'll get
is a
it.
jingle.
Hey, I have a suggestion for our listening audience
Hey,
that may
listen.
not have participated in Harry's. Stop compromising.
Good.
Harry's offers something you've never had before. It's a great shave at a fair price. Harry's makes their own high-quality razors, which cuts out the middleman, and they ship directly to you for half the price of the leading brand. Go into a drugstore, look at the big Berlin Wall they have between you and the product, and see how overpriced they are, and then become a Harry's person, because that's the smart way to do it. Good shave, good price. The answer is simple. Get the best of both worlds with Harry's. We're talking 5 German-crafted blades, a flex hinge, a lubricating strip, quality 100% guarantee. Refund if you're not happy, and Harry's has the best moisturizing shave cream I've ever used in my life. The starter set, called the Truman, is a great option and an amazing deal. That's a razor handle, moisturizing shave cream, and 3 5-blade German-engineered razors for just $15. Plus, for our listeners who want to shave money off of that, Harry's will shave $5 off your order with the promo code TMOS. Go to harrys.com right now.
This is the time, right now.
And look for the Truman set. That's HARRYS.com, and make sure to use the TMOS code so you shave $5 and help support the show. Stop compromising. Give Harry's a try today. That's a little more than I want. But anyway, it's a great. And without further ado,
Do it.
Let's open up the audio vault with Rob Spiewak. Take it away.
As I think most of you know, Paul McCartney is on tour right now. He's in South America, and he just played a show in Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires.
And he did something that is not standard for him. He actually brought someone on stage, but it was a 10-year-old girl. And he supposed that she...
Who had Thursday in the pool? Who had Thursday that we'd have the Paul McCartney clip on Thursday?
But it's international flavor.
It's an international. That's right. That's the international flavor.
It's not
another
domestic.
Paul McCartney
She
story.
didn't want an autograph. She wanted to play bass with the band, and so he gave her a bass and let her play. I doubt it was plugged in, but let her play along.
What is your name? Leila. And what would you like me to do? Would you like me to sign your dog?
I want to play the bass with you.
This could be interesting. You want to play bass with our band? Like bass like this? Okay. Hey, what do you think?
What do you think? You want to do that?
Okay,
You want
here we
to
go.
do it? Jojo was a meditative.
So pretty cool for her, but mostly for her parents, I guess.
Had to be set
No,
up, though,
mostly
right?
for you. You like that because Paul and
It's a kid. It's pretty
Well,
neat.
that was
By the way, the
contrived.
audio sounded like it was 15 miles away. We couldn't hardly hear it, but it's Paul, and you love Paul, and it's your audio.
So did you
get
enjoy
to
it,
put with
the clip?
No.
No?
Not a bit. Not
All right,
one
then let's do a
second of
follow-up
it.
to something you care about. After we did the show yesterday, the Annandale travelogue, that hateful film about Annandale,
Yes.
broke and started actually trending nationally.
Oh, cool.
I'm pretty
I
sure it's
thought-
because we played it.
It had potential.
And the guy did a follow-up video. His name is Angelo. That's how he's known on YouTube.
Angelo.
And he did a special piece just on his apartment and his roommates. It was at 4456 Elon Court, and that was mentioned in the video. Let's hear just a taste of it.
Come home from work. Cross 4 lanes of traffic. Walk up front steps being held up by a brick and that a subletter trekked dirt onto weeks ago. Open the front door with a knob held in place by superglue and say hello to your new home. 4456 Elon Court, Annandale, Virginia, 22003.
So you don't really need to be J.B. Fletcher to find out where this guy is. His landlord found out and kicked him out. So he posted this yesterday.
A lot of nice comments about the videos, but I got some not so nice comments from my landlord. She saw the video about my house and she was not amused. She let me know she was not amused in many different ways across a span of many different messages. You know what kind of person I am, how I ended up being the person I am.
Hey, can we
so on
book
and
this
so
guy?
forth.
Can we book this guy on the show?
Absolutely.
Great
Yeah, I'd
idea.
love
That
to
would be
talk to
fantastic.
him.
Hold on, I have a clip from Paul. I have a clip from Paul McCartney. now.
Okay.
Listen, this is Paul on stage, and he says thank you to a fan in the second
Oh, this will
row.
be good.
All right, here we go. Do you have any? Hold on, let me see if I get.
Oh, this is sort of your bit. So
Let me see if I've got. Some.
this will be Paul McCartney. He was a Beatle. A lot of times when people are in their 70s, they don't enunciate as clearly. But Paul sounded great. So many hit records. Very talented singer.
What's your name? What's your name? You want to play the boss? You want to play
We all love something, Mike.
Hey, Paul, man. Thank you. That's Paul McCartney. Let's finish up with Angelo here.
My question to residents of Northern Virginia: can I crash on your couch?
Why don't we let him sleep in our studio?
No.
One night, sleeping bag. We got a camera in here.
See if we can book him on the show. That would be great.
Do you remember the band Blink-182?
Of course.
They've come out with a new song. Thing is, it's only 14 seconds long.
I wanna see some naked dudes. That's why I built this pool.
I want to see some naked dudes. That's why I built this pool. Now, I'll play it for you one more time because I want to end with it, but I want you to know that they have a hard time marking 14-second songs. So what they did is they put a 10-hour loop of it on YouTube.
I wanna see some naked dudes. That's why I built this pool.
Is that really it?
Do you think Paul McCartney likes that record?
Do you think it could be tees instead of dudes?
Oh.
I don't know.
I want to see some naked tees. Play it one more
Okay.
time, and it sounds to me like it could be a modified version.
Okay.
Instead of dudes, it could.
I wanna see some naked dudes. That's why I built this pool.
Tail end. Tail end sounds like somebody did something that's safe for radio.
Yeah, they make
I
it safe
think
for radio. But you know what?
so.
It's catchy, and we can
It
play
is.
it every 70 minutes.
Either of those would work, though.
That's true. That's very true. That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Thursday, everybody.
That's it. Another Mike O'Mara Show is come and gone. Be sure and join us again for more fun and more thrills at MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you want to correspond with the show with a letter or package, send it to Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia, 20177. You can call us anytime on the show, 888-920-MORE. That's 888-920-6673. We rely on your word of mouth. Tell a family member about TMOS and make sure they get it too. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara inviting you to join us again for another episode.
So long.
So long, everybody.
Oh, bye-bye.
Dudes.
One last thing. Please remember that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is the way to shop for anything and everything. So, shop Amazon and get there through our website. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Now, go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.